welcome to Friendships with Benefits. Today I'm with my friend Emily Stecher, and Emily and I know each other from summer camp. We went to summer camp when your first year was 96, right?
97.
97. Damn, it was so close.
I've been yelling at my parents ever since then for not sending me earlier.
I'm sure. I was Emily's counselor twice, in 1998 and 2002. Yep. We know years at summer camp. So, Emily, what are you teaching me today?
So I figured I'm not the best chef, so I can't whip up a veal Milanese, but I figured I do two things really well. I do starch and I do cheese, so why not bring them together and make you a great grilled cheese for dinner tonight?
I love it. Let's make some grilled cheeses. What is your first step here?
So my first step is turning on the burner.
Okay.
You know, we don't want it to be too hot or else the bread can burn before the cheese melts.
Right.
I should also mention...
All right.
It's working. I should also mention, I left the cheese out for about 30 minutes before we began this process.
Okay.
You know, we don't want to be working with cold cheese because then it just won't melt.
Okay.
So first, I'm going to put some butter into the pan, heating up right now.
Great.
You know, a small bit.
Uh-oh, what's happening there? Okay, we're good. Nope, it's not on.
I don't cook much.
All right, well, we almost just burned our hair off.
So can you cut this part out?
It's fine. Do you want me to help you?
Yeah, do you want me to use that?
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not low, though. Okay, we had some...
Sorry for the technical difficulties. So, besides, you know, letting the cheese defrost a little bit, one of the most important things is really buttering the bread. So I'm going to take the first piece of bread and really get it all in here.
Okay.
Get it really nice and buttery.
Do you want to show your technique?
You know, just a little circle.
Nice circle.
And then I'm going to take this piece of bread out.
Okay, wow. Okay.
We'll put a little more butter in the pan. You know, not going too crazy. Get it in there.
Yep.
I'm going to take the other piece of bread and make the same circular motion.
Beautiful. Circle it up.
So these will end up being the insides of the grilled cheese.
Okay,
that's important to know. I'm going to take a little more butter now because you can never have enough butter.
Apparently.
Get it in the pan. I'm going to take one piece of bread, get it in there. You know, butter clump, you've got to be careful not to have those.
All right, no butter clumps, guys.
So the pot's really heated, Fallon. You can feel it.
Yes, it's hot.
I think it's working.
The flame is on.
So we can take the piece of cheese and just place it on. You know, it's a smallish piece of bread. If it were any larger than this, I'd use two.
All right.
I'm careful not to have any cheese on the outsides of the bread because then it makes a cleaning mess. So I'll take the extra cheese and just layer it on top for some extra deliciousness.
Resourceful.
We'll let it sit for a minute. You know, we'll start to see the cheese get a little sweaty.
Great.
And then we'll know it's
cheese. Where did you learn this technique, Emily?
You know, my family's not really big on cooking, so you know we do the basics. We do nachos. We melt some cheese on tortilla chips. We do quesadillas. You melt some cheese on tortillas.
There you go.
And we do grilled cheese. You melt some cheese on bread. So this is a little unhealthier than my mom's style. She frankly is not really big on carbs, butter, or full-fat cheese, which I should mention that this is not. This is 50% reduced fat Cabot cheddar cheese.
Great.
You know, we're watching our figures a little bit.
Yeah, we have to, you know.
But we're making up for the calories with the butter.
The butter.
So I now take the other piece of bread. This is the buttered side, so I'm going to put this down.
Okay.
And so you can see the butter kind of molding into the bottom.
Right.
It's pretty buttery, but there's also some butter outside, which we're going to soak up with the other piece of bread.
Oh, nice call. All right.
Really, I haven't used my kitchen yet, so I have this funky little flipper.
All right.
You know, put a little pressure down. We got to make sure the cheese is melting.
Right.
And then it's a judgment call. People have always said I have good judgment. I don't think there's enough butter in there right now, so I'm going to put a little more in.
Great. And you use wheat toast. Is it always wheat?
Yeah, frankly, I'm not a big fan of white bread.
No, neither.
It's not really a health thing. I just don't think it tastes good.
Okay.
But I do like white cheese. I prefer white cheddar to orange cheddar. And then you should all try it. So another piece of butter goes in here. I'm actually going to put it on top of the other piece of toast, the one that's facing up right now. And then I'm going to take the whole sandwich and flip it over.
Look at that skill. Somebody's done this before.
Once or twice. So you can see that, you know, the top piece here is starting to brown. Still has some more work to do. So we can hear the cheese sizzling. We'll keep pushing down and we'll just give it some time.
Fabulous. All right, so you make grilled cheese. Anything else you make?
So pasta with cheese.
Great. Another melting situation.
Not a huge fan of sauce. I do make a great guacamole, but you know, I heard someone else, another friendship with benefits contestant did that. So
I think I mean, a lot of people claim their guac is good, so we may have a guac off soon.
I accept the challenge.
Great. Let's concentrate on the grilled cheese right now, though.
So you can hear the cheese start to melt. So I'm going to take a little sneak peek and just see what's going on in there. Again, it's sweaty, but it's not melting.
Sweaty, but not melting.
I'm going to actually turn up the heat just a little bit.
The heat is on, and it's getting hotter. Okay, great.
You know, we don't want to burn the apartment down, but we do want to make sure the cheese is melting. So I'm going to take a look at the bottom.
All right.
Looks like it still needs some more time.
All right.
So heat is on. We'll leave it here.
Great.
We'll come back in 90 seconds.
Awesome. I'm ready and excited.
Val, I should mention, I bought some organic creamy tomato soup for us.
Fabulous.
You know, I'm not the biggest soup fan, but it does taste delicious with a nice grilled cheese.
I agree. You can dip it in.
You can dip it in. So let's go back to the grilled cheese.
All right.
We're going to check out the bottom, which has been burning for a few minutes now, because again, it's all about the continuum of toasted bread, melted cheese.
Right, and you don't want to burn. You just
don't want to burn. So I'm going to flip it. I feel pretty confident.
Okay. Whoa! Talent.
And we're starting to get a nice brown. You can see that the butter's still in there. It gives us a little more time to cook the bread, which gives us a little more time to melt the cheese.
I love it.
I'm gonna take a peek in. We can see, and I'll show you guys. The cheese is really starting to melt.
The bread is sticking to the cheese now.
So we'll keep going because we do want to get a bit of crispiness in the bread, which is starting, but it's not complete yet.
All right. So, how do you think they made like 300 grilled cheeses at camp?
You know, Nikki Beam was a really exceptional woman. She was our camp chef. She's still there now. Has a son, Chris, who I think is married somewhere.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
19 years old.
Chris.
Keep it clean, Chris. So what I think Nikki did is that they would put pieces of bread on large cookie pans, put the cheese on, and put another piece on, and just throw it in the oven.
I think that's what they had to do.
And the worst part about that is that they used American cheese, which I frankly have a problem with.
Well, it was summer camp.
It was summer camp, but if you're going to pride yourself on food, I mean, come on, use some cheddar.
All right. Nikki, do you hear that? Cheddar.
Next summer. Well, Camp Robin has made big strides in the food realm since we left.
It is true.
So we're going to check on the bottom again because unlike putting it in the oven where it's kind of a one-stop shop, we're going to focus very much on this 3x2 piece of bread.
Right.
Continues to burn.
It's browning.
It's browning. It's a multi-grain bread, so it will take a lot for it actually to blacken.
Sure.
But it's getting a nice crisp. You can hear it.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
So it's making progress. Frankly, I think as soon as we continue to see this cheese melt, and you can see on the side there,
it's
starting to melt. I think we're almost done.
That's so exciting. I'm psyched.
I mean, we're going to have to make a few more of these because I'm going to eat at least one.
Right, and me too.
No.
Great.
Just a quick Whole Foods plug if you don't mind.
No, please.
You know, instead of getting Wonder Bread or whatever you can find in the supermarket, Whole Foods sells this delicious organic bread alone. So it's not from their standard bread section. They have this with their freshly baked bread. It's kind of in the middle of the two. It's cheap and it's delicious.
Great, bread alone. Organic 9 mixed grains.
I should also mention, as I mentioned, I use this 50% reduced fat Cabot cheddar cheese. Cabot is my favorite cheese. We actually went to the Cabot cheese farm on an excursion from Camp Robin Hood. We did, right after Ben and Jerry's. It was a rough day for my best friend Sam Birchler, who's lactose intolerant.
I'm sure many of the kids on the trip were.
It was unfortunate. So you have to be careful with reduced fat cheese. Frankly, I think it usually tastes like plastic, but Cabot does a pretty good job, and 50% is about the max you can go. Anything that's more than that is straight up chemicals.
Yeah, not good. Great. Woo!
So I'm pretty confident that the grilled cheese is done.
Great.
I'm going to flip it one more time. Ooh. It looks buttery and delicious.
It does, and it's like very melty at this point.
It is very melty, and that's my biggest concern.
Okay.
So at this point, I'm going to move it over to a...
Great. You're ready to make the move?
clean plate and we can taste it.
All right. It looks fabulous. I'm so excited. And there's like a thick layer of melted cheese.
So I'm going to cut it in half so we can share it.
Great.
We can, of course, share another one after this.
Yes.
And then another one after that.
Fine by me.
It's a little hot, but I want the cheese while it's gooey.
Right. What's better than gooey cheese?
I think nothing.
No, I agree. Okay.
So take a look. The bread is toasted. The cheese is melted.
Buttery, delicious goodness.
And I think we're going to enjoy ourselves.
Cheers. Oh my gosh, you make a great grilled cheese, Stetch.
You know, I can't do much.
I love you.
I can do this.
That is so great. All right, well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You're the best.
It was my pleasure. I hope you all enjoy my buttery grilled cheeses.
Yeah, cheeses. Thanks for watching Friendship with Benefits. Peace.